Hey, what's up, YouTube? Fun little question for you today. What's inside your Bible? Now, don't get clever on me. I know you've got 66 books, and if you have the Apocrypha, you've got even more. I know you've got 2 Testaments, Old Testament, New Testament. I know you got 4 Gospels. I know all that. The question is, what do you keep inside of your Bible? Bulletins? Sticks of gum? What do you got? Well, I'm going to look through my little Pit Minion here. My Pit Minion is exactly the same layout as my big Cambridge wide margin Eagle, but this little guy gets more of the travel and carry along situations for me. So I'm going to go ahead and just open it up, show you what I have inside my Bible, and then you can tell me what you've got in yours in the comments below. First of all, 2 things. First page, absolute musts everywhere I go. I have to have one of these Pigma Micron pens. They're the best in the world. Put a link in the description for these. These are archival quality pens. They don't bleed through. They have a really fine nib, so you can do some small writing in the margins. Notice how often I carry this pen right here. You can see that damage to the inside cover. That's because that pen always sits right there. Always tears it up a little bit as I put the little clip on my Bible, and you can even see the outer depression where that pen sits there all the time. Second thing, have to have these sticky tabs. I use these constantly to put my Bible markings in for sermons or whatever passage I need to flip to real quick. So these 2 things are a given all the time, every day in my Bibles. What else? All right, I've got Heidelberg number 1 copied in here. That's something that I've memorized, and I like to just have it in my Bible. Here's a little prayer order that I do. I can kind of just do this one from memory. I just pray through these things. Also have this page. This has been appended in there. I tabbed this thing in, or what do they call that? They call that not tabbing it in. Anyway, I forget the technical term, but I glued this little piece of paper in here. This is just another prayer grid for me that I created for myself. A little call to worship prayer for each day of the week. A little prayer of confession for each week of the month. On odd days, I do the Lord's Prayer. Even days, I pray for my family, the church, and the world. And then I go into a time of praise based on what month it is. And then I have a confession of faith based on what time of the Christian season it is. And then finally a little benediction based on what time of the day it is. So I just created this little system for prayer, and theoretically there's thousands and thousands of different combinations of ways to pray. So I tabbed that in there. Here's my little dedication page. I got this Bible when I taught a special lesson to the Daughters of the American Revolution on the life and ministry of George Whitefield. That was back in 2014. And then I always have just a couple of sheets of sticky tab paper in there. You never know when you're going to need some of those. And then throughout the rest of the Bible, it's pretty much the text until we come to the back. And I almost always have clipped into my little Bible one of these tiny little field book notebooks. These are super cheap. You can get these for about, I don't know, I think I got like 8 of them for $10. They come together just stapled little notebooks, but I find that I'm constantly needing to write things down, thoughts that come to me, and I need to write it down. And finally, this is my little Bible reading tracker. Whatever passages I read in this particular Bible, I just kind of cross them off as I go so I can keep track of my reading across the various Bibles that I'm using at any given time. So that if I'm working through a reading program and I read something on the go, I mark it off here, and then I move it over to the main and mark it off there as well. All right, so that's what I've got in my Bible. No church bulletins. That may come as a surprise. That's probably what most people have in there. I would love to hear what you carry in your Bible. So let me know in the discussion comments below. Feel free to subscribe to this channel. That would be cool. Not mandatory, of course. And I will put links to the Bibles and other things featured in this video in the description. Thanks for checking in. Love you lots. Talk to you next time.